some bunnies with a Badooka dunk.
Way downtown. Bang! Bang!
Mama, there goes that man.
Welcome to A Tribe Called Switch. This is your boy B More. Like us, rank us, all that good stuff. Don't be a hater your whole life. I'm joined again with my boy Jay Moore. We back. It's been a little week layoff. My bad. That's on me. How you doing, man?
I'm so excited. I got a mic, man. That's all. You have no idea. Like, I feel like I'm Jeff Teague on the 520 podcast.
Yeah,
I got a story to tell.
we finally got you straightened out finally. But it's good, man. So we missed last week because I was under the weather and it took me a long time to get over it. I'm not quite fully over it, so there might be some cough break. So bear with the kid.
Better get a Halls, man.
I know, man. You ain't never tell a lie. All right, so we gonna talk about a few things. We got the Clippers doing dumb shit again. The NBA not liking poor people. Week 3 NFL update. We both have fantasy teams. So we get updated how our fantasy teams are going, and we're gonna debate some James Harden stuff, and we'll do some blind ranking. So got a whole bunch to cover, and we'll keep it right. All right, so we will start off with the Clippers doing dumb shit, man. I mean, the Clippers are going to be the Clippers. The Clippers are going to always be the secondary team in Los Angeles, and because they keep doing dumb shit like this. So for those who don't know, when Kawhi Leonard was going to the Clippers from Toronto, him and the legendary Uncle Dennis, they were taking offers from other teams. We're looking for some what's called a non-show job, is when you get paid to work, but you don't work. So
no, you punch in, but you don't do your job. Like
exactly, to the tune of like $20 million in this case, right? So long way from like food stamp scamming. So his agent, his Uncle Dennis, they pitched his idea to multiple teams, to the Raptors, to the Lakers. Allegedly, he told the Lakers to want his own private jet and a mansion, allegedly. But he talked to the Clippers, and they were able to kind of make this work out for him. So the whole reason why this came out is because this company, Aspiration, they are they're doing bankruptcy, and they're under investigation for it. And then lo and behold, Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, he conveniently gave them like $25 million. And then they conveniently signed Kawhi to a $20 million spokesperson contract. This is a green company who talks about like green initiatives and things like that. Kawhi doesn't talk. Here's what makes this weird. Now, me and you, we follow basketball, and so we know who Kawhi Leonard is. Yes. For us, he's normal. He's a household name.
Yes.
When you look at all the other spokespeople they paid, people like Leonardo DiCaprio and George Clooney, and they're only getting paid $5 million. People are wondering, like, why?
Something ain't right.
You're right. And so here we are. So, look, I am all for the hustle. Do what you got to do.
You mean scamming?
Okay, scamming, hustle, same thing. So, but man, this is wild. What do you think about all this?
I think from somebody that from an outside looking in, right? We're the outside of people, right? I like Steve Ballmer. I was like, he couldn't have known. Like, he couldn't have done this. He's super energetic guy on the court side. I was thinking he could do no wrong, right? He's probably one of my favorite owners in the NBA. Now I find out he lying and scamming. That's a heartbreaker for me, man. Like,
and look,
that's
to be fair, and just to kind of give people the scope, like when we hear $20 million, $25 million for us, we're like, wow. To give you a scope of how rich Steve Ballmer is, to a person making $75,000 a year, that's like losing $12. So
he poops that, really, like
right. So yeah, it's a lot of money, but he can literally lose that and has a good case of why he has no idea where it went. So I mean, and we've all lost money, and like, man, I lost some money. I don't know what happened to that, and we just have to keep it moving. So he
Right.
lost 25 million. He probably like, wow, I wonder where that went, and then didn't have a second thought about it. He just kept
Yeah.
about his day.
He's like, I built a new stadium with a whole bunch of stuff with all my money, so I really could care less.
It's wild, but the biggest thing is that they did all this, and what do they have to show for it? Nothing.
Facts. I mean, a nice new building. What is it, the Clippers wall or something like that?
But no real playoff wins, no championships. Yes, they have a new stadium, but they didn't win anything. They cheated and still lost.
What do you
And
mean they cheated?
I think that's the worst part of this whole thing is like you cheated to get Kawhi, and with Kawhi you got Paul George, and you still couldn't win because Kawhi was doing Kawhi stuff.
I feel like
So
they got conned. That's exactly what happened. I don't know what
yeah,
the selling point was when they're like, "Oh, Kawhi and Paul George." They got Paul George from the Thunder, right?
yep,
So the Thunder, they like Steve Ballmer probably thought, "Oh yeah, I'm getting OKC Paul George is
that
some
was he was.
raps
I think
for
he finished
everybody."
second or third in MVP voting that year. So that was prime Paul George. Yeah.
Right. And then they get him and he is like, I think I forgot how to play. I think I'm gonna take your money, take your minutes, and I might hit the backboard a couple times, choke every now and then. Oh, my elbow's hurt. I'm out for 2 months. This is
Yep.
the biggest con I have ever seen. Like Leonardo DiCaprio's Catch Me If You Can was a great con movie. Paul George played the long game and got an extra contract and then took money from the Sixers.
Dude, this whole Clippers experiment has been a failure. Like we've talked about, how good of a coach Tyronn Lue is, and if he's a great coach or not, and we've had that discussion. But looking at this Clippers organization, when Steve Ballmer took over, because Donald Sterling was he was a terrible owner, and
The
Steve
racist
Ballmer,
owner.
yeah, that part, and Steve Ballmer brought in his money, fresh idea, fresh energy, got new players, got a good front office, and this team has underachieved. Now, partly because of injuries. They've been really unlucky with injuries. Like they can't, they can't keep anybody healthy. And why we give Tyronn Lue a little grace is because he's never seemed to have his full healthy roster, but they were always playoff contention. They were always in the running to at least compete. But you look at all of this in totality, this is one of the biggest failures in NBA team history that I can think of.
Really, the biggest failures.
I think it's one of them. I think it's one of them because you look at the players involved. You look at how at that point of their stature, of your expectations. You look at and then you look at the results. Like they didn't even make it. What did they make a Western Conference Finals? I'm not even sure if they made a Western Conference Finals.
Under like Tyronn Lue's
Yeah,
leadership? No, they
right.
haven't. They've gone.
Right.
I think it's the semifinals, and I think that was during the bubble,
So yeah, so this
kinda. But that was one time, and it hasn't been done since. Though, like I
exactly.
get it. I don't know. I think people, the think people think like Tyronn Lue deserves to be on the hot seat every year because they failed to make a deep playoff run. But to your point too, it's like I see it both ways. I see, yes, it's the roster, but at the same time, Tyronn Lue probably vouched for these guys to get extensions and be like, I believe we can still win with this roster. Let's just keep building around them. But then he has the final say. He and Steve Ballmer have the final say. And I
Right.
think this is also falls on Tyronn Lue. Like they wasted so much time. They could have been building up a younger talent that could give them a little bit more of an edge because on paper the roster looks good, but when you watch them, it's like watching, a retirement home play for against 20-year-old teenagers who just
Mhm.
dunk on everybody. ACLs, ankles, wrists,
I
load
mean, and
management.
I think part of the reason is because that roster on paper is never on the court, and
Yeah,
that's the you've got to be around to be down, and they are never around.
and it's going to be interesting next year too with the addition of Chris Paul. I mean, he's usually pretty healthy, but next year, blow it up, man.
Yeah, I agree. It's time. It's time.
Blow it up, call it quits. Keep Tyronn Lue, but switch it up. I don't know if he's a great head coach though. I feel like he's a great offensive coach.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't. I mean, listen. Outside the LeBron year, he hasn't proven himself to be someone who can win without LeBron. So, I mean, there's that.
Imagine this though: Tyronn Lue and Jason Kidd. Like, that'd be a crazy duo in the Mavericks.
That would be.
That would be. I like, and they both scheme too. That's the crazy thing.
That would
so
be.
like,
that would be crazy.
Oh man, sorry. My mind went to what if, you know?
All right. Well, speaking of the NBA, the great commissioner Adam Silver.
If you're broke, just say that. That's all he said.
He made this comment about the NBA. There was a question that was asked of him of like the growing expense to watch NBA games, and his response was, "Well, the NBA is a highlight sport, and you can watch the free clips on social media." Like Amazon, NBC, and ESPN was got to be like, "What are you doing?" Like he had to receive so many calls from his media partners of like, "What did you just tell people not to watch the games? Like, is that what you is that what you just told them? We just gave you $1 billion to broadcast your games, and you just told the public to not watch the game." I have a lot of beef with Adam Silver.
Really?
I think early on he was a players commissioner coming from David Stern, who was super strict. And I think early on he had his heart in the right place when it comes to the Black Lives Matter and the protests and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what he's doing now with this and the contracts are frustrating because it's so hard to watch an NBA game. Now, granted, this year there's going to be an NBA game broadcasted almost every day of the week, right? Like after Christmas. So that's a plus. But for somebody like me who is in South Carolina, I am in between two markets, the Hawks and the Hornets. Neither are good teams. The problem is I don't have regular cable. I use YouTube TV.
Yeah.
So there's licensing for the local sports station. Like I think it's under Bally's now, right? Mm-hmm. Bally's does not have a contract with YouTube TV. Mm-hmm. I can't get League Pass to watch the Hornets or the Hawks because it's blacked out in my area. So for me to watch the Hawks or Hornets, even though I already have League Pass to watch the league, I have to also pay an extra fee to Bally's to watch terrible teams just because. Just because
it's great.
On top of that, so you have League Pass, you have Bally's, you have, granted, I already have Amazon Prime, so I'm already paying for that anyway. Cool. But all of this just to watch these teams. If you have League Pass, just make it for all the teams. Like, I don't, and I'm sure there's legality and I'm sure there's things, but it should not be that difficult to watch basketball. It is so frustrating.
That's why the NBA is $1 billion business. It was like, oh, you want to watch more teams? Pay up. Oh, you want to see the Warriors? Pay up. Oh, you want to watch the Miami Heat? Run it.
And the thing, they used to have something like a few years ago, which was great. And then they're like, no, because this is helping the customers. You could actually pick the teams you want to watch on League Pass. So you don't have to pay for the whole thing. So you could say you could pick 4 teams and it'll be like a discounted price. Because you're like, yeah, I want to watch the Warriors, the Thunder, Lakers, and Knicks, right? Because they're out of my market. Cool. I don't really care about anybody else, but I want to have access to those 4 teams. Got it. You didn't have to pay the huge price, which is like damn near PS3, PS4. What are we, PS5 now?
PS5.
PS5. Like the price of the PS5. You know? So it's like why is it so hard? And the thing, and look, I am such a basketball nerd. I don't mind watching the bad teams. Like, look, I want to watch LaMelo Ball in a random December game against like the Bucks throwing up 40 points and they've only won 4 games in the season. Because I know that's gonna be that's gonna be exciting basketball. They're gonna lose by 30, but
Yeah.
LaMelo is gonna be exciting. And they're
Well,
gonna
I don't know if they'll lose by 30 this year against the Bucks.
well,
They might win by 30.
but they make it hard for people who like basketball just to watch it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think they're doing too much and they need to simplify it. I think especially if you're trying to target a specific demographic. Like if I'm the commissioner of the NBA, I think one, I need to stop changing the format of the All-Star game. I need to stick to the bait. Go back to what it used to be. You know, the East versus West. Like I'm so sick of this bracket. Don't get me started. Anyway, but if I know my demographic, my best opportunity would be to at least lower the prices and create more partnerships with all these streaming services that literally everyone has. Everyone has Netflix. Everyone has Amazon Prime. Right. Everyone else has YouTube TV. Like no one is trying, and then there's specific people who have NBA League Pass. It's so expensive. It's literally almost $175 a year, like that. And then you'll get some conference games, and then you got HBO Max that people pay for too.
And it's so hard to find the game. Look.
Yeah,
listen,
I gotta look up on Google like where is it?
Look, maybe I'm washed, and so maybe it's just me. But I missed the time of hitting the guide button, and it's been like, oh, sports, boom,
yes.
Figuring out trying to figure out when the teams are playing, the times, and that's Lord, hard. The NBA. Why are we having 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tip-offs this year?
Isn't that a Warriors game too?
Yeah, like right. They're like a special Thursday night 11. Why are we doing that? Again, see, this is why I say don't like poor people, because poor people have to wake up early in the morning the next day to work.
He said the real money grinders stay up late at night.
I'm telling you, they don't like poor people, man. It's because, man, look. Not only not like poor people, they don't like old people either, man. They don't like anyone past 35. See, you still in that sweet spot where you can stay up late and wake up early in the morning and you're fine. Oh, right. No. Dog, the first rounds of the playoffs kill me, man. Kill me. Like, yo, those 10:30 tips, like, man, a lot of times I pray for blowouts. Like, let me go to sleep at halftime. Put me out of my misery, man. Like I get it. The West Coast has the benefit. You guys always have great weather. All right. That's your benefit. Help the East Coast people out and start your games early. Get off work early. Like they're just like, no, because they can't get to the games at 6:00. No. Y'all have great weather. Leave work. That's I don't like, no, man. This is insane.
Hey, I had the Kevin Hart, help me, nigga. Like,
yes, God, help me,
nigga. So I think the other thing, here's the alternative side to as to why I think he's raising the prices for the streaming services to watch the games. I think the in-person attendance to these games are dropping. Because the amount of money, if you really do the math, and I feel my dad coming on right now, you do the money. You pay for almost $175 for NBA League Pass, YouTube TV, Amazon Prime, HBO Max. What else are they streaming? Oh, Netflix. That is almost a cost for 2 tickets for 2 people to go to a game.
I was curious about this, and I'm glad you actually went there. So just as an idea, I was like, what is kind of the call for to go to an NBA game for a family of three, mom, dad, kid, or dad, two kids, however you want to do it. We looking at like for mid range seats, we looking at like a $400 night. 400 night. That is wild.
And that's not even including food and concessions.
That's not even including parking.
Parking is a scam.
So it's like it's yeah. So you're right. It becomes like it becomes a whole like money grab thing. And look, I get it. These are premium events, and I forgot one of the commissioners. Or I forgot what. Actually, wasn't one of the commissioners. I think one of the heads of Disney. He was saying that things like this aren't supposed to be something you do all the time. So they're okay with pricing it higher because it's supposed to be a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
But this is wild. A night at the NBA just gets expensive, and it's again I put this squarely at the feet of Adam Silver. He's just messing up right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like yes, he's messing up, but I don't know if it's that drastic. For me, from my point of view, like I don't think it's that drastic of a mess up. Like I think he's probably doing a lot to appease like investors and partnerships and stuff like that. And I get it. I get it to a certain extent. My main thing is the all-star format. Like, please get it right, man. Like this is for the birds at that point. I don't even watch the all-star anymore. What are we doing?
It can't get right until the players care about it again.
That's never gonna happen.
And that's they're doing all of these jumping through all these hoops and whatever, but it won't be the All-Star game won't be great until the players care. And none of the players care. I mean,
Yeah.
All-Star Weekend is the same thing. All-Star Weekend was a thing. It was a thing that we all cared about, that we look forward to.
Right.
And you can say it could be the slam dunk contest and you can and all that stuff, but
That's buns too.
exactly. But it goes back to that if the stars don't want to participate, the whole name of the game is NBA All-Star Weekend, All-Star Game. So like Draymond Green was mad last year because the G League players were a part of it. And somebody had to just tell him, like, look, we wouldn't have to do that if you
Right.
guys acted like you gave a damn when you came here. And you
Right.
wouldn't you know, so I think I don't doing these tricks and whatever he's doing, I think he's gonna try to do it US versus the world format like how hockey did or whatever. But it's not gonna the players in hockey wanted to do it. Like
Right.
I'm not a big hockey fan, but I watched it. I completely
Fair.
watched the Four Nations thing that they did during All Star Weekend. Well, they had like an All Star Week. Completely watched it. Like, okay, this is cool. It was
Okay.
exciting. I'm like, all right. I didn't know who anybody was, but I'm like, okay, you guys are like playing fast, and it was a faster level of play than the normal regular season hockey game, right?
That's interesting.
Right. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. But you can't duplicate that if the players in the NBA don't care like that.
I think the other thing of that too. Well, first of all, let me just say this real quick. Draymond Green has lost the right to say absolutely anything. I've officially lost respect and value of Draymond Green's opinion. Because ask me why, Uncle Third. Ask me why.
Tell me why. Break it down for me.
This man, right? Nah. You know what? I don't care. This nigga said last week that he doesn't think Josh Allen is that guy for the Buffalo Bills.
See,
don't even say it. Don't do it.
that ship has sailed.
Oh.
No. I mean, no. Listen, I want to be clear. I disagree with him. That is like, is Josh Allen the person for the Bills? That was the answer like 3 years ago.
Right.
Like, that, even though he lost against Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship that year,
But
that was the
it
answer.
was Patrick Mahomes against
Right.
like prime players.
Right. That was the answer. He is the guy. So
Yeah.
I don't know why he's trying to even bring it up.
Right. And I like to think of it like this too, right? If Patrick Mahomes, like if it wasn't Patrick Mahomes, and it was somebody else, Josh Allen probably would have won a Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have won against Tom Brady, but I think of it also like this too. Josh Allen took the Chiefs to the brink of overtime, I think twice.
Yeah.
Like that says a lot. And he plays with bum players too. And he lost with Stephon. This man plays with average Joes. He is LeBron James on the Buffalo Bills. Like, like that team is the Cleveland Cavaliers. He got J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert as wide receivers and Kevin Love as a running back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah. Josh Allen won his first MVP last year. He's been playing lights out this season.
Oh,
I mean, he's literally carrying them this season. So there's nothing, you can't say anything negative about Josh Allen right now.
Facts. The only L he took was letting his wife do Sinners with Michael B. Jordan. That was an L. I would never let my wife go near Michael B. Jordan. Absolutely not. Divorce.
Hey, but you know who is looking washed right now?
What's that?
The Kansas City Chiefs. They are looking washed. Now look, I know they won last night because the Giants are terrible and
they struggled.
Listen, man, look. Okay. I have two thoughts tonight, and they're competing, so I have to get them out. I don't understand why Russell Wilson on like a 3rd and 3 feels the need to throw a 40-yard pass. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I also don't understand how the Chiefs cannot find skill position players.
Honestly.
Like the fact that somehow, some way, Juju Smith-Schuster is still your number 2 or sometimes 3 receiver, sometimes your number 1 receiver, is just wild to me.
You know when you have so many thoughts and so many things that literally all you can do is just pause and just be like, because you need to figure out how to put your words together and censor yourself. The Chiefs have been the biggest WTFs since the season started.
Yeah.
Like they're 0-2. They're
1-2.
They're 1-2 now. Yeah. And you struggled against the Giants. Don't get me wrong. The Giants defense looked good. Let me take that back. The Chiefs made the Giants defense look really good.
Yes, that part.
And like that baffled me. And as much of a successful team they've been over the past 4 to 5 years, I don't even know if they know how to run plays anymore. Like they ran bubble and screen passes and then rarely hit some deep level plays. Isaiah Pacheco has probably got to be the biggest bust I've ever, next to Jamarcus Russell and Trent Richardson. And there's another player coming to mind that is the biggest bust I've ever seen for a player. Like he falls under that category of like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like, I don't understand, bro.
Isaiah, I can't believe I wasted a 4th or 5th round pick in my fantasy league on Isaiah Pacheco.
I traded him. I dropped him. I dropped Isaiah Pacheco. I dropped him. I literally was like, bro, you gave me 2 points last week. You're done.
Yeah, I need to get off him. The thing is that he's like my third running back, and yeah, it's that team is looking rough. But seriously, but he is not. He runs like an angry toddler, and I know people. Right, I know people are like, oh, he runs angry. Oh, that's great. But look, no, man, you only getting 2 yards. I don't care how angry you run. You got to get 1 or 2 yards.
Yo, when I think of a running back, I think of players. I saw a post today that put everything perfect. They were like, I want run like it was these type of running backs that I respect. The person said, there are cerebral thinkers, cerebral thinking running backs like Christian McCaffrey that are just elegant. And then you have the crayon eaters like Cam Scatabo, who just run angry. Like, I want some crayon eating running backs, like, who give you productive yardage. Like, Cam Scatabo looked so good last night. So good.
He was all they had. So I mean, it's really hard to kind of, But yes, he ran tough. He's a tough guy.
Yes, he reminded me of like a white version of Peyton Hillis.
Peyton Hillis is white.
But like, yeah, but I had Adrian Peterson right next to it too. But Peyton Hillis came out.
White version. Well played, Josh. Well played.
Peyton Hillis was like a trucker. This one's a crayon eater. This is a crayon eater running back.
Oh man.
But I think the passion, I think the direction of the NFL, like, running backs are becoming like not that important anymore. And it makes me sad because I'm a running back. Like I like to, go out there, hit guys, juke them out, be a little elegant every now and then. But, it sucks to see that when your rushing game matters, your running backs are getting paid enough. They're the main ones that get beat up all the time.
There's just not a lot of special ones left. Saquon had a breakthrough year, and I think that's going to help the running back market. But there's not many running backs you could just say like, "Hey, I need to, handle your thing." There's like probably four or five of them right now in the league. But but also what I saw yesterday is that there weren't a lot of good games yesterday. Like there were lots.
Yeah,
dude,
it's kind of interesting. Like, let me look at my fantasy. Let me see. Also, my fantasy is killing me right now.
The Falcons didn't score a point against the Panthers. Like,
that is the funniest thing I have ever seen in my entire life, and I mean that so much.
Like, what is happening here?
Do you know how trash you have to be to get nothing, not even 3 points on a professional team
against the Panthers? Not like the Panthers are like
firing everybody. Raheem Morris gone. Michael Penix Jr. gone. Kirk Cousins. I got more chance to win games than Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Bijan Robinson. Gone.
How do you have Bijan Robinson and not score at least a field goal?
Make it make sense. The math isn't mathing.
Not at all. All right. So speaking of fantasy, how was your team doing right now?
Right now, bro, I'm getting punched in the mouth. Mom, Dad, excuse my language, but it's boot to ass right now. It is so bad. I was projected to win 100 by 1 point. It was an even 50-50. Okay. I have 97 points right now because I got Derrick Henry playing Monday Night Football.
All right.
So Josh Allen gave me 23. Tyreek Hill gave me 15. Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, Lord.
I got a Happy Meal cost out of Brian Thomas Jr. $7.50. Derrick Henry right now in the first quarter, 9 points, 960. I got a backup running back with Biashul Tuten for the Jags. He
Yeah.
gave me points. I got Dallas Goedert. He gave me 10. Alec Iomanner for the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I got him as my flex player for 13 points. Chris Boswell, 3 points. Arizona defense, 6 points. And then here's the thing. I had a gut feeling that I should have, because I dropped another player and I picked up Quentin Johnston.
Okay.
Something was like, you should start him over Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnston had 14 points. I was at work. I went in the bathroom and I kid you not, right? Like, I like to win. I'm super competitive.
Yeah.
Bro, I grabbed our bathroom spray and chucked it. Like, I was so pissed. I said, you gotta be kidding me. I came home, vented to my dad. I was like, Dad, I'm so freaking pissed right now. He starts cracking up.
He's
like, my top player gave me 7 points.
Yeah. What's your record?
My record, bro, I'm one. Let me see. I'm about to be 1-3 right now. About to be 1-2. Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm about to be 1-2 because I'm actually going to win this week. I have had look, man. My team. To be completely fair, they've actually been good. I have just had the bad luck of running up against a team that had someone have a lights out game. Week 1, I lost 159 and 152.
Oh,
because that was it. That was the week that Derrick Henry dropped 40.
Oh yeah.
Right? Okay, so cool. No, I'm like, all right, I have some optimism. Week 2, I lost. It was kind of bad, 182 to 151, because Amen St. Brown had 43 points.
Oh my
Kenneth
God.
Walker had 25 points. So it's like, and look, like nobody in my team had like a bad game. They all did. I mean, Devontae Smith was terrible, but yeah. So I'm just like, my team is competitive, right? This week, it's finally coming home. Things finally got together. I'm up. All our players have played. I'm going to win 174 to 157. Jalen Hurts balling.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs struggled, but Puka Nachua, 24 points. Puka balling. Ricky Parasol. I told you Ricky Parasol. Remember, I told you.
I did. I was worried about him too.
He had 24. He had 24 yesterday. So yeah. So look, I feel confident with my team because we've just had the bad luck of going against some monsters. I mean, this is the first week, honestly, that the team I'm playing didn't have a player who dropped 40 on me.
Dude.
So if you don't have a player to drop 40 on me, I'm gonna win.
I feel like last week, week 2, was probably the worst week I've ever had in my fantasy career. Like, week 2, Josh Allen, 11 points.
Oof.
Brian Thomas Jr., another 2 Happy Meals, $8.90.
Jeez.
Tyreek Hill gave me 16. Derrick Henry, 2 points. Zach Charbonnet, 1 point. And he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Mark freaking Andrews. That's 2 soda. That's a soda from the vending machine with tax. $1.40.
He's been terrible this year. He's been terrible.
I don't even think they want him because I think they're waiting for Isaiah likely to come back. Hollywood Brown, 8 points. Chris Boswell, 12 points. Arizona, 13. Like, and Isaiah Pacheco, 3 points.
Listen, nothing warms my heart more than when I see the Eagles inside the 5.
Push.
Bro, I know I'm about to get me some points. Listen, Jalen Hurts has been consistent these three games.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts he's gonna get me one. Like he's gonna get me one. Cause I'm like, listen, look, I feel bad for Saquon owners because they got to be like, oh my god, be like,
Run the ball.
yo, give him the ball. Yo, he's a complete vulture right now.
Oh my god, this is why I didn't draft Saquon.
Yeah,
year.
that's why I stayed away from him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But man, I had to get off of I had Devontae Smith. And of course he had a big game this week. He had 20 points.
That's why I'm losing my matchup right now.
Yeah, so he had a big game, but the first 2 weeks he did nothing. He had like 4 catches so I'm like, yo. So I ended up bringing over. I traded him for Chris Olave, and Chris Olave did exactly. Listen, I don't need you. You're my flex. I just need a good 12 to 15 points. Chris Olave got me 15 points. Like that's all I need. I don't need anything. I don't have any high expectations. I just need you to get me 12 to 15 every week, and we money. Like I got Puka doing work. I got Josh Jacobs, who's always going to always score touchdowns. You know, I got Parasol going to see he's going to catch like 8 balls because we in a PPR. So hey, Paul. So so listen, I just need you to get me 12 to 15, and we good. But yeah, so this has been a crazy fantasy year. Like it's just for me because I feel my team is good, but we only have 1 win, and that's really frustrating right now.
I feel like we're on the same boat right now. I have to restructure my team. Like I dropped so many players, and I was like, dang, I dropped Quinshawn Judkins like an idiot.
Yeah, that was a stash. You need to have patience.
Yeah, I was like, dude, he's got a 3-game suspension. I'm getting mollywopped right now. And then there was this whole contract conversation that I thought was going to extend it, and I was like, oh. So I shot myself in the foot with that one. But never again. I had to try to convince my mom to pray on my phone for my fantasy team because I need to win this league. She was like, "Oh, you're taking it too serious." I was like, "Mom, you don't understand. Pride,
exactly, right?
Bragging rights."
All right, so we can move on from fantasy to one of our favorite things about players in their prime. So James Harden, one of those crazy players where the numbers don't necessarily match up with like the production of like where he really ranks in the all-time like stature because he doesn't have any rings. He has that 1 MVP. He always kind of vanishes in the playoffs. But there was that 1 year, 2017, 2018, MVP year, James Harden.
Nasty.
30 points per game, led the NBA. 9 assists, 2 steals, shot 37% from the 3-point line, 45% from the field, 85% from the free throw line. The Rockets had the best record in the league, and he just cooked everybody. Everybody. And
dog walked everybody.
Yeah, and it's like he took the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals to 7, and the Rockets did the Rockets thing, But they took him to 7. But man, Prime Harden, he was special.
He was scary. I know for sure every team hates to see him coming. If I had to guard James Harden, I would do everything in my power to prevent him from dropping at least 20 points. Like, I'm gonna trip you. I'm gonna push you. I'm playing dirty. I'm playing hack a Shaq, honestly. But prime James Harden. But James Harden is one of my top 5 favorite players. And I loved James Harden on the Rockets because I feel like we really got to see his game flourish after he left the Thunder. And I've actually followed him since he was at Arizona. So I really liked him. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the whole Mohawk thing and then the beard thing and then all that. But Honestly, James Harden is a special player. Prime James Harden is probably one of my favorite prime players. Like, there's prime Curry, prime LeBron, Kobe prime, and then there's Michael Jordan prime. Not in that order.
Yeah.
Not in that order.
The thing about Harden for me was that step back was so lethal.
Bro.
Like it was just so like beautiful. Like the setup, the how he just like
Yeah.
keep it on their hips, like go between the legs, that hop back and money.
Yeah.
And also, but he wasn't just stuck to 3-point line. I think that's something that's underrated for him. He could get to the hoop at
Oh,
will.
for
And
sure.
that version of James Harden was explosive. So he could dunk on you. Like he didn't do it a lot, but when he wanted to, you saw him do it. Like
When he got that rhythm, that little rockabye baby,
yep.
the tween, side
and,
step, tween,
and
step
oh,
back.
and the celly, man. We got
Yo.
man. He's like Harden. Unfortunately, is going to be lost in this era because of he didn't get a championship ring. He's going to be kind of really. I hope because now we have so many outlets that he doesn't get forgotten about because he was such a vital part of the NBA 2000 teen story. Like you
Yeah,
can't tell the story of the NBA during that era without James Harden.
for sure.
Like from the early points of the Thunder to the Rockets to what they could have, should have, would have done with the Nets. Like
Yep.
all of this, he's a part of all of the biggest stories, and he should not be forgotten. His like just I don't know. It's just something about, and plus he's a lefty like me, so it's like it's
Weirdo.
something about his game that you just kind of have to just love. And look, and he got a bad rap about defense. Like he is not an on ball defender,
Hmm.
but he could play defense well enough to where he can slow your best player down if need be. Like he's
Yeah.
not a stopper, but he can at least make a good attempt.
He's like a Luka Doncic, honestly. But
Okay. All right.
hey,
He's
hey,
not
hey, 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 hey,
he's
listen,
not
hey,
that
hey,
bad. He's not that bad.
defensively, like he's not slow, right?
Right.
He's not slow. But like effort on defense wise, like it's there, but it's not there at the same
Right.
time. Yeah, like if you're on a fast break and you're about to go up for a layup and he just accidentally kind of catches to the ball.
That's what he does. Yep.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
he does. That's his thing. But I think I agree with you that he's probably going to be one of the most underrated and unappreciated players in the game, and I think he'll fall along with that area with Allen Iverson and Carmelo. Like
Yeah.
those guys have also changed the game. James Harden has impacted the game, and the reason I say that is because of the step back. Like he is what made step backs really, really cool
True.
and
Absolutely.
really effective. And I think, people call him a foul baiter. Or yeah, they called him a foul baiter because he would like kind of hook you a little bit and go to the hat, like you go to the rim. But like that's part of the game. Here's where I come from with that too. Don't get caught. Don't
Yep.
put your hand in the cookie jar. Y'all know who James Harden is.
Exactly. He like you don't think about it, but he's a physical player. Like
Yeah,
he's gonna put you on his hip. He's gonna drive to the hoop. He's gonna try to draw a foul. It's your job as a defender to not foul him, and
right.
it's
What's so
hard.
hard about it, right?
Right. And listen, it's tough. But it's not listen, he's not just like doing this whole like, oh, he's not doing that. He's
Yeah,
actually going to the hoop and putting his body in you.
exactly.
That's basketball.
That's what Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is doing. That's what he's doing, honestly. People just don't like it because it's literally right in the ref's face,
Right.
and they just don't care. There's no throwing the brick and hiding your hand. He's throwing the brick and showing you, hey, I did it. By the way,
All right, quick question before we move on from this. Who
Yeah.
are you taking? Prime James Harden or prime Paul George?
go on prime James Harden.
Okay.
Yeah. Who are you taking?
James Harden too.
Okay.
And the thing is that I say Paul George because Paul George is one of these weird players who the numbers don't bear out the love people have for him. Like he's got good numbers. Don't get me wrong. Like
Yeah.
he's going to the Hall of Fame. He's an All Star. All those things. But the love. Listen, I'm a huge Paul George fan too. But the
No,
love people have for Paul George
it's so
versus
bad.
like when you look at the numbers compared to his other people, they don't really quite measure up. But that's why
Like
I always
Paul
kind of
George.
that's why I always kind of like I like to compare Paul George to other people because it's like you're like, man, I really love Paul George, but Harden was a different animal.
I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Do you think Paul George should have retired?
when before he went to Philly or
Yes.
when? Um,
Or a year after he went to Philly?
so that would be this year. Should he retire? Should he retire this summer? So no. I think he's got something left, right? Don't get me wrong. He is washed. I saw it with my own two eyes. He is washed. Okay, so I'm not saying he's not washed, but he Paul George at 50% is still better than 70% of the 76ers roster. So I mean,
Yes. Yes. You're right.
outside of Maxi, and if Embiid decides to come back, you know, we don't know what the status of his injury is going to be. Like he's going to eventually come back, but when? Who knows?
2 years.
It's like Tyrese Maxey is by far the best player on that team right now. There's
Yeah.
a huge drop off until you get to Paul George because Embiid is he's still struggling, but yeah. So yeah, I mean he's the second best player on the 76ers. So as long as that can roll, sure. But the expectations have to be different. He's not going to be the guy you put on your best player as a defensive stopper. He's not going to be a clutch scorer. He is going to be slightly above a role player and
Really?
give you leadership to help rally the troops. But that's his career right now because I think his athleticism. I don't want to say it's completely left him, but it's at the door.
I think I don't know if I see Paul George as a leader. I don't think I've ever seen him be a leader since. If I want to reach, I'd probably say since the Pacers and maybe the Clippers. Okay,
So
he wasn't really a leader. He was a co-star.
So funny you say that. He's never when I look at it, he's never ever had to be a leader. Because the Pacers, that was kind of a young team. I think that was still Jermaine O'Neal's team at that time. Maybe I can't have to look, or maybe that was when Reggie Miller was leaving. So that was that transition. He went to OKC. That was still Russ's team.
He's never really had a team except
Right.
not even the Clippers because Kawhi was there.
Exactly. So he goes to Philly. That's really Embiid's team.
Now really Tyrese
Maxey. Yeah. So yeah, he's never had to be that voice, that guy. So it's a good point. So So no, to your original question, he shouldn't have retired because I think he has something left to give. I just don't know how much he has. Like, you were talking about like John Wall and like, could he be that player to kind of get you over the hump? Like, if the Sixers were like one player away to get them over that hump, he has just enough to kind of push them over. Not to get them on the road, but maybe to push them over. But he doesn't have
give you a smooth 20.
Right. He could, yes, he could. He could give you a smooth 20 on Monday, and then maybe not be able to give you another 20 until 2 weeks later. Because it's just his body he doesn't have it anymore. He doesn't have, like, I think Charles Barkley was saying this in the playoffs. He's like, these older players, they have enough. They can give it to you. It's just not going to be all the time. So they can give it to you. They can give it to you once in a while. You can see it, but the body is just his body just broke. It's just so broken down right now. Pause. Yeah, for real.
Hey, cut that.
No, that was the pause of all pauses right there.
But all right, yeah. So top NBA champions from 2010 to 2020.
All right, so we're gonna do a blind rank of top 5 because Josh loves blind ranks, and we love games at A Tribe Called Swish, presented to you by Southern Edge. So we're going to go with the first team is going to be, survey says, let's see, the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James, that team. That's the comeback team.
Okay. Out of how many?
This is 5.
5?
Yep.
I would probably say, yeah, that was a crazy thing. Down 3-1, first in history to do that, right?
That's right.
I gotta put that as
in the NBA Finals. In
the NBA Finals. I gotta put that as number 1.
Ooh, number 1. Okay.
Yeah, that's how hard it is, especially and then win it in 7, right?
Yeah.
That's so hard, bro. Who does that?
All right. So, 2019 Toronto Raptors, Kawhi Leonard. He was the MVP of that year, of that team. Now, even though there's I don't say there's an asterisk about that championship because KD and Clay got hurt in game 4 or 5. But them getting there, that shot to beat Philly that bounced and dropped. And listen, they were giving Golden State all they could before the injury. So it wasn't like they were getting like washed before that and they won.
Right.
They won. So in that context, where are you putting this 2019 team?
I probably put that at number 3.
Number 3? All right.
Yeah. Like it was a great team. And then I mean you had prime Kawhi, who just left the Spurs.
Yeah.
Because he was with a dynasty and then he went off on his own. I think the significant part about that is that he did it with a team that really didn't have a really big market outside of Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan then. And when DeMar DeRozan got traded to bring in Kawhi, I think that was pretty significant too. And there were also average Joes around them as well. Like Fred VanVleet didn't really get put on the map until he won a ring over there.
True. All right. So you have him at number 3. So now another LeBron James led team. His first ring, the Miami Heat team, 2012 Heat team, beat the team that beat the Thunder 4-1.
Yeah, I'll put that. This is still 2010 to 2020, so I'll probably put that at number 2.
Really? Okay.
I'll probably put that into because the road to that ring that's hard to do. That was hard. I think if I'm thinking of my timeline correctly, you said the Thunder and the Heat were
right. That was LeBron's first ring. Yeah.
That was that was in the finals.
Yes.
That was KD, James Harden, Westbrook.
Yeah.
That's still a tough team to beat, even when they were young.
Okay.
Let me change that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna say number 4.
Okay.
Number 4. I really hope there's an option for a team that could put at number 5.
All right, next team. 2010 Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant. This, if I'm not mistaken, was the 7-game series with the Celtics. This was the second of that repeat. So
number 2.
Number 2. All right.
Also, a big reason is Kobe Bean, rest in peace. One of the greatest players to live. But yes, that deserves a number 2. That Boston Celtics team was stacked, crazy nasty. That was a crazy team.
All right. So far, the only slot we have open left is number 5. You got the 2016 LeBron team, Cavs. 2010 Lakers. Got the 2019 Raptors team at 3. 2012 2012 Heat team. And last team is 2017 Golden State Warriors. Kevin Durant was the MVP. That team. So you have them at number 5. So
yeah. I have respect for it. I put it at number 5. I thought we were gonna mention. I thought the team that was gonna be in there too was the bubble, the Lakers, for their championship team. I definitely would have put that at number 5. But I think if I look at this list as a whole,
Yeah.
I probably maybe switch the ranking for Raptors and Warriors. But I think that run was so significant because it was Kevin Durant's first ring and Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond's second ring, I think.
So yeah, so right, that was KD's first ring. So I would put just here's your final list: 2016 Cavs, 2010 Lakers, 2019 Raptors, 2012 Heat, 2017 Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have Raptors number 5, that 2012 Heat team at number 4, like you. I would have the Lakers, that 2010 team, at number 3. And I would have the 2017 Warriors team at number 2 and the 16 team at number 1. That 2017 Warriors team was so good. They were, man, excuse me.
So
They were so good. Like, I've never seen basketball played on rookie level in real life. Like that's how it looked. Like they just like woke up and was like, "All right, guys, we got a game today. Let's just go and play." And they just did it, and they were like blowing teams out. Like that. Like
what was their record that year?
Let's see.
You said 2017 Lakers, right?
2017 Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah. Let's see. Their record. They were 67-15 during the regular season. Dude, you want to know what their postseason record was? 16-1. They lost one game.
Was that to the Rockets?
No, that was in the finals. I think LeBron in Game 4 of the finals, and I only think they lost that game, if I'm not mistaken, because what I feel is that they wanted to close down on their home floor in Game 5.
Oh, like a purpose. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that strategy though. If I'm gonna be real, I don't really like that strategy because you put it's a gamble because you build momentum for the away team.
I agree, but when you're that good, Kevin Durant was so good in that playoffs. I just remember it felt like, and I know it didn't happen this way, but it just felt like he never missed.
Yeah.
It just felt like he just never missed.
Wait, that was the year he was like, "I'm Kevin Durant. Y'all know who I am."
Yes.
Yo, yeah, because he struggled to shoot against the Clippers like Game 2 or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm Kevin Durant. Y'all know what I do."
Yeah, Pat Bev and Lou Will was like, "I promise we tried." That's
right. Dude, that Warriors team was so special, and I know people was like, "Yeah, he went to the team and beat him," and there's all that talk behind or whatever. But if you just look at just the basketball of it all,
it was poetry in motion for sure.
Absolutely.
I will always keep that Cavs team though at number 1 because I love a good comeback story.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be the last one. So
yeah.
If you had a pool of teams to rank in a particular order of like a battle royale type of thing.
Yeah.
You got the MJ Chicago Bulls. I think I'm 95.
Okay.
You got Kobe's ring number 4 team. So what year was that? 2000. That's 2012. 2009.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah.
All right. You got
Okay.
You got the comeback Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay.
The Warriors.
Okay.
And then you got
which version of the Warriors? The KD
the 2017.
Okay.
2017. Right. Yeah. And then last but not least, you got the dynasty San Antonio Spurs.
All right, so what's your question?
Who are you picking out of that team?
The 2017 Warriors. No question.
Get out of here. Nah.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
No,
To me.
no,
To me. Listen,
no.
look. I know the Bulls, the 95 Bulls is definitely one of the greatest teams ever to ever lace them up. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Scottie Pippen is one of the best all around players to ever play. They played great team defense, fundamental offense, and they had killer instinct. But I'm going to tell you something, man. There's this guy from Maryland. He's 6'10". He can shoot the lights out. You can't block his shot. He plays really good defense. He's got a wingspan like a silverback. And you got this other kid from North Carolina. He's like 6'3", but people think he's smaller than that, but he's really 6'3". He can shoot anywhere in the court. And you have this last brother from Michigan who everybody counting him out, and he's kind of a wild card. He's kind of crazy. He can't really shoot the ball, but he's aggressive. Bro, I'm telling you, man, there is nothing better than that 2017 Warriors team.
That's insane.
The 2016 Cavs team was a team of circumstance. The Draymond suspension, there's a lot of things that happen, and there's an if or whatever.
And Kyrie got hurt too.
Right.
No. Kyrie was a part of that comeback.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, listen, I'm not taking anything away from it, but I'm just saying there were things that happened that led up to it that weren't just basketball stuff, right? The Spurs are great system teams. Any one of the Spurs teams, but I don't know what they can do with that Warriors team because that Warriors team was just so that particular Warriors team ran an offense. It wasn't just ball screens and they ran an offense. The Pau Gasol and Kobe Lakers, that team was good, but that team, I don't think that was a great team. I think that team won because of, I think, timing. I think that was a big part of his timing, but I don't consider that team one of the best like Laker championships team, and not definitely one of the best like championship team. Listen, the three-peat Lakers, the third three-peat when Kobe came into his zone with Shaq, that was we compare that team to somebody else.
Yeah.
Then maybe because I mean, no matter what you got for KD, you've got nothing for Shaq.
Man, let me pull up Tony Allen. Boy is out the mud. We out here. When he heard Rashad McCann's comment about Kobe's 81, and he did the close out on the podcast, he said, "Boy is out the mud. We out of here, bro."
Look, I'm just saying, man. I don't think it was just better basketball played than that 2017 Warriors team. Well, I guess you disagree. Go ahead.
I would say, and if we're playing in this current era, right, like all like 95 Bulls, Lakers, Warriors, Cavs, Spurs, I think especially in this time, I'm probably gonna go with the Spurs because they were a system team, but you had Manu, you had Tim Duncan, you had Boris Diaw, you had Kawhi that was over there too, and Tony Parker, and Patty Mills, and who else did they have over there? Dang, they had a. It wasn't a.
They're always deep. They're always deep.
Right, they were deep, and that like the Warriors. I don't think they could have given the Spurs a run for the money, but the Warriors lack depth. They lack depth, and I think if they're going to a Game 7 against the Spurs, the Warriors are losing that battle.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
Oh, so you're gonna have KD play a full. You're gonna have Klay Thompson, Curry, and Draymond, and KD run a full hour just to keep up the pace with the Spurs because they don't have a good. Because that year they had Ian Clark, Patrick McCall, Barbosa, and I think not David Lee. I think he left. Andrew Bogut, I think it was.
All right, so dude, so no, this team actually matched up really well because you had Iguodala coming off the bench. You had Sean Livingston, who was a midi bucket
Bitty
all
Beast,
day.
yeah.
JaVale McGee figured out how to play basketball while he was the Warriors. He was good for them. He was a knucklehead everywhere else except in Golden State.
That's
Funny,
crazy.
JaVale McGee has more rings than Charles Barkley, but that's another story. So no, they could go 8. They had an old David West. He wasn't really giving them good minutes. Let's see. Yeah, Matt Barnes was injured. So they were 8 deep. They were 8 deep. That 8 could have given that 8.
Matt Barnes should even be an honorable mention for that.
Well, he didn't. He got hurt. He got hurt in midway of the season. So he was on that team, but he didn't really do anything.
So he's an honorable bench player.
Yeah.
Let me look up the San Antonio. All right. So the dynasty players. Hold on. No. That's not the team. What year did they win championships? Let's see.
They won 2014 with Kawhi. That was the one Kawhi was the MVP.
Spurs 2014.
Yep.
I literally just pulled it up, and I don't know why can't act like I can't type. What was on that roster? God, why can't I pull that roster? Good Lord.
Let's see. That was Tim Duncan on his way out. I think Tony Parker was on that team.
Here we go. I got it.
Okay.
So, relevant players.
Okay.
Tiago Splitter.
Okay.
Tony Parker.
Right.
Patty Mills.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
Corey Joseph.
He was good. He played good for them.
Yeah. Danny Green when he was on point. Manu Ginobili. Tim Duncan. Boris Diaw. Matt Bonner. And Marco Bellinelli.
All your star players at that point were old.
Bro, no.
All of them are old. 2014 Tim Duncan. Oh, let's see. I'm almost sure. Let's see. 1 second. So look, 2000. I know what I'm saying.
We gotta define age. Old is different in basketball and football.
Yeah. I'm talking about old. So look, after that championship year, he was only in the league. Tony Parker was only in the league for 3 more seasons after that year. So he was playing. He played a bunch of games, but he was only in the league 3-4 years after that year. So he was,
and then he had a random side quest to the Charlotte Hornets.
Right, exactly. So I mean, I'm just saying. So let's see. Hold on. 1 second. I'm just out of now. I'm curious now. So, right. So that year,
locked down Kawhi Leonard.
So So listen, that year, the championship year, he was 32. He averaged a great 14 points per game.
But what's his assists?
5 assists. Yeah.
For Tony Parker?
Tony Parker. The next year, he averaged 12 points a game, 5 assists. The next year, he averaged 10 points a game and rounding up 5 assists. And then the next year, he averaged 8 points a game. So I'm just saying, he was past his prime. That's my point.
But my thing is this though. Draymond is gonna have to. Draymond plays the 4.
Yes.
And he would have more than likely had to have gone up against. Let's say Tim Duncan.
He would have had some minutes on Tim. Yeah, he would have had some minutes on Tim.
But then also prime lockdown Kawhi Leonard, who also pure mid shot, pure mid range. Draymond would have had. No, I think Klay Thompson would have had Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Kawhi, Klay Thompson, yeah.
They would have probably had. Yeah, they would have done some switches and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Klay Thompson's getting cooked and clamped against Kawhi Leonard.
But at that Kawhi was still coming to his own. So I don't know, man. I just you can't put Kawhi on Kevin Durant all game. You can't put Tim Duncan. You can't put Tim Duncan on Kevin Durant. You damn sure ain't gonna put Danny Green on Kevin Durant.
Listen, you can put Danny Green on Klay Thompson, and then Kawhi Leonard on Kevin Durant, and then Manu and Tony Parker switching off on Steph Curry.
Do you really want those problems?
Bro, come on. So you're going to let Curry just run the whole team? That's not going to happen.
Josh.
All right, bro.
From your memory, has there ever been a time that anyone's ever been like, putting Tony Parker on an MVP is a good idea?
Here's my thing, though, because this is what I'm thinking, right? Tony Parker and Steph Curry are not good on defense. So Curry is going to give him an easy 30-35.
You remember what Russ used to do to Tony Parker? You think it's going to be any better?
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm looking like, all right, so this is the team that we're going on. But, like, it's the system that worked for the Spurs that made it so effective. Because the Warriors are so, like, they're more of a free-flowing, team. So that's why they're so successful. And to be honest with you, Steve Kerr made like a template Chicago Bulls team with the Warriors. If we're going to be really honest. Absolutely. So but when that system falls apart, right? I feel like the Spurs would win that matchup. It's not going to be a sweep or a blowout for the series. Yeah. It's going to be a Game 7 win. Ask me why.
Why?
Because Draymond can't keep his hands and feet to himself. Greg Popovich, bro, he is letting everyone have it, cussing everybody out. That man will have a heart attack, cussing everybody out.
That's fair. That's fair. I agree. It's not going to be a blowout. It'll be a good series, but I think you're underestimating how great that Warriors team is. But we've gone over. It's like but we this is a good conversation though about how we compare teams throughout history though. But listen, we at like at 1 hour and 20 minutes. The goal was 1 hour. But it's all good though. This was a good conversation. It was a good conversation. And plus, we haven't given the people a pod in over a week. So we got
to make up for it. Next time we do 2 hours. What's up, guys?
Exactly. All right. Thank you all for tuning into A Tribe Called Swish, sponsored by Southern Edge. I'm B Moore. This is J Moore. Peace. We out.